welcome to Adventures in Lollygagging. We're back tonight. We're playing more Coriolis. We're continuing our Flowers of Algorab campaign. We made some discoveries last time around. Made some friends. I don't know about the second part, but definitely some discoveries. Definitely did that. And we met some of Richter's family. And yeah, I think you guys didn't. I was impressed. I was nervous. You didn't pick a fight with the most elite fighting force in the entire sector. So that was great to see. I was like, well, I might pick a fight with the purple guard.
Nothing blew up as well.
Nothing blew up, which is crazy. I mean, stuff probably blew up, but yeah.
Somewhere, but not our fault.
Yeah. Yeah. Somewhere. Exactly. We'll see. We'll check it. We'll do a check-in to see how far along Kef is, to see if she's ready to birth. What was his name again? Zimmerman Hunter.
Junior Zimmerman Hunter Jr.
Second, yeah. Yeah. If we do play the full campaign, you guys start traveling on great ships, you guys are going to run into a Zimmerman Hunter at some point. It's going to be so good. Gotta have a Zimmerman Hunter.
For sure.
Oh, goodness.
For sure.
God, that was so funny. I was listening back to that a little bit, and like when you came up with the name, it was so funny. Yeah, and then the story.
Oh no.
It was super funny. I gotta make a short out of that. That's what I gotta do. There we go.
Oh, yes. Yes.
That's okay. That they take work, and I got enough of that. So
Names
I might not get to it for a year. So we'll see. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But no, it was super fun. And we met Rashid Wallace of the Portland Trailblazers. It was great. It's awesome. That's the first Rashid I think of. When I think of Rashid, I think of Rashid Wallace from the Portland Trailblazers, a basketball player.
I don't think the bottom row knows anything that you just said.
That's okay. I'm not sure if Jeremy knows either. Jeremy's got a stone face. I'm pretty sure he doesn't get that reference either. Nope. Oh, goodness. I don't know. Maybe there's some old 1990s, early 2000s Portland Trailblazer fans in our audience. Probably not. But
yeah, if you know who that is, comment on the pod.
Or Pistons. I think he was on the Pistons for a little bit too. Maybe in the his career. I don't know. Whatever. Okay, we ready to go? Want to get started? I'm excited. There's some stuff we can get to tonight that I've been waiting for. So last time around, we picked up with we were at your shuttle. Things were going crazy. The woman Tamara Zarab and the Zapties with her, they started chasing after Richter and Gar, who had leapt out the back of your shuttle and were kind of escaping through different levels of the dock in Aluminum Bay. A few of them stayed behind, and the three of you, Armande, Kef, and Rador, you did crazy things to cause some havoc. Kef, you make some kind of recording of Richter's voice, and then Rador guided Pyrex to take that down the dock and kind of get people to think that that's where Richter was. Armande, you parkoured out of the shuttle with a crazy good roll into the grounds of Aluminum Bay. You drew some of the Zapties with you, so they kind of went this way, and that allowed you guys then free range of your shuttle. So Kef, Rador, you just piloted it away, and you fooled the docking traffic master into thinking that there was a pregnant woman on board. And I don't know. I'm not sure why leaving. It worked. That's all I know. It worked, and
as long as
fine.
It worked. That's what was important.
Eventually, you found temporary mooring near Hulltown. Richter, Gar, you and Gar duped a pair of Zapties inside of a lift through the chasm and eventually found their way to, I think, Cafe Cluster, I think we called it, where the two of you were able to reunite with Armande. Richter, you got a favor from a contact of yours, an alley actor by the name of Razan, and then you got to crash in his flop house nearby. The next day, because you all kind of had already talked about probably going to see Richter's brother, that's where you all reunited outside of the Astrolabe Tower, and you took a meeting with Rashid Cerne, and he arranged to get you special passes to view the Ramda obelisk up close, which is where you've been kind of directed to by Gar. That's what Gar and Levon wanted to get to before Levon was killed. You did have to share some information with Rashid, which you kind of did so reluctantly, but ultimately you did. You got out to the obelisk without any issue. It was on the outside of the asteroid itself. You kind of tried to fool one of the purple guards on duty to make him not see exactly what you're doing, but it didn't quite work out perfectly. So he did see a little bit of stuff. And what he saw was that I think it was Richter who placed the builder tablet into the depression that your brother had told you about. And then this holographic projection of the asteroid appeared. And you all saw a beacon that was getting signaled. Like there's a beacon somewhere in the middle, like literally in the middle of the asteroid of Ship City. And there were also like these two glyphs that were showing that usually indicate some kind of vault, a builder vault of some kind. The real interesting thing was that no one had ever talked about there being a vault anywhere in Ship City. And as you started to triangulate a little bit and get a sense of where this beacon was coming from, it revealed that it was in the City of the Dead, specifically down the Well of Souls, which is the same place that we saw Levon Najar get tossed down his body at the very beginning of our campaign. And so now you all have to figure out how to get to that beacon, is essentially what it is. So that is what happened last time. We ended with you all making it back to the dome without any issue. You guys made it back to the dome. We'll say it's like afternoon, because between going and seeing the Rashid and the Astrolab Tower and then coming out to the dome, that took up probably a whole shift of time between those two things. So I'll ask you all, where do you think you would kind of go next to sort of plan? Would it be back to your shuttle? Would it be somewhere else? Would it be back to the flop house? Like, what do you think you all would want to do to try to figure out your next steps?
I wouldn't normally recommend this, but should we tell Master Mimosa what we're doing?
That's actually exactly what I was thinking. I think we should loop him
Mimosa?
in. It's okay.
Her name is at the top of my notes.
Mosca.
Master I had
Mosca.
many of the right letters in there.
I'm going to try calling her that next time.
Okay, I'm going to stay in a room adjacent to where you say that. But that's very funny. I agree. I think it'd be good to loop her in, because obviously this is going to go great, because everything's gone great so far. There's not going to be any problems. But other than that, we probably should get going as soon as possible, because the word is going to spread.
Indeed, we do want to make sure that we are first on scene.
And with authority to be there.
That's right. All of Ship City is about to know about this. Only the explorers, I think, are capable of delving.
Kef will look at Rador. You get to do the talking with her, though, right?
That seems generally wise. Yes, I probably should. But very, very pleased to know that we have a positive update for her, that we have been successful in kind of this first part, but we definitely need her permission to go digging around down there.
Right.
It's so odd that Levon ended up passing right by exactly where he didn't quite realize that he wanted to
We
go.
might get to see him again.
Oh, that's... Oh no, what if there's like a lot of bodies down there?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
I already thought about that.
Oh.
They're very much there have to be. You guys would know. I think we went over this first session, but like
It's a mass grave.
Yeah, but only for usually for more important people. So like higher ups in guilds, so wealthy families, powerful politicians, people with some renown. The other places, there's other like crematoriums and such elsewhere in the City of the Dead, and that's where like normal folk who die are taken care of. But I mean, you all are alive in this universe. The idea of keeping physical bodies, like hundreds and hundreds of them, on a tightly packed asteroid where you're building they're probably not keeping those bodies. More than likely, they're cremating them somewhere down that well somewhere. Where exactly, that one is probably uncertain. Okay, so you guys want to go to Master Mosca? We can do that. So that's the Vermilion House. That's over by the chasm. I'll say that while you're walking over, we can say that you can do some natural recovery as for the day between the time in which you spent like at the Astrolab Tower and then out walking. You've always been in a blight-free zone, so you can regain 1 health, 1 hope, and 1 heart It's just natural recovery after a shift. And if you have any conditions left, you can also heal one of those as well.
What afflictions tick
My
down a day here?
condition is a mental trauma, which it looked like it took 7 days to recover from.
Yeah. This isn't a day.
Yeah,
This
okay.
is just a shift. There's multiple
so-
shifts in a day. Yeah.
Doesn't count. Okay, cool.
No, you also, once a week, you can roll, I think it's an empathy test, someone, or to get rid of that. I say, the timing of that is always kind of curious. Like, it's probably something that I would say wait a couple of days before you roll, just to see that like it's actually happening. You might not even notice it's happening. I think it makes more sense that way than to just immediately roll it right when you get it. So yeah, you guys can do all that with your natural recovery, and then yeah, we can jump over to the Vermilion House if that's your decision. Are you bringing Gar along with you?
Yeah, he has to
It
stick
makes
with
sense.
us.
We are responsible for him, I believe.
Yeah.
You are. Okay.
We should be responsible then.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll get in a lot of trouble if he gets hurt.
So it's not very far from the dome to the Vermilion House, as the Vermilion House it's like halfway down the chasm. So you can get on a tram that takes you from the dome to the top of the chasm, and then eventually on a lift to take you down midway, and where you can find your headquarters. Again, this is all places that you know very, very well. The house itself, for those of you who haven't been here yet, like players wise, it's perched on the cliff side of the chasm, and it's about halfway down, and it's a 3-story kind of stone like complex. It looks like it kind of built from this sort of different hewn sand colored rock, and you can see that there are various like arched windows here and there that look out. Some of them look out over the chasm itself. Some of them look out over the narrow alleyways and streets that abut the actual building. And out front of it and around it, or out front of it, I should say, coming from the streets, there is a courtyard that you have to go through with like different wings of various aspects of the guild. So like there's different guild departments and such. But if you go there, if you ask for Master Ramoska, and you kind of tell an attendant who they are, it's not long before you are eventually led to Master Moska's study, which is higher up towards the top of the actual building itself. And when the door opens up again, you can see the walls are lined with all sorts of maps and various like shards and different like delving equipment, things to suggest like history to it. And the maps themselves some of them are systems, some of them are planets, some of them might even be like sort of a mapped delve from the past. You can see that she also has a balcony behind her desk that kind of opens up over the chasm, and this large desk that she is sitting behind as you come in. And when you do, she looks up at you. She's got various papers and business in front of her. And she's you can see her bird, by the way. That big black bird is perched in its own spot in the corner. And she says, so what is it that you have found? Who is this man?
This is Gar Budalib, who we were searching for. He is now traveling with us.
Yeah, man, it's like a pleasure to meet you, man. Like, I was an old friend of Levant. That is enough. Nice to meet you, Gar. Now, what information do you have for me?
Oh, yes. Is there like a map on the wall of, that I could,
Ship City?
yeah, similar to the map that we saw that had kind of so I would go over to that.
Yeah.
Well, so we took the bit that he had, and we went out to the obelisk, and there was a section near the bottom of it that piece just fit perfectly into, and it opened up this 3D image, and you'll see right here, and she'll be kind of looking at the map, and it pinged a little light spot right there. And then there were these 2 glyphs that came up, and then she'll, find something to just kind of draw out the 2 glyphs.
And like she knows exactly the implications of this being your guild master. Are you trying to tell me that there is a hidden Buildervat here in Ship City?
That is exactly right. And now we are not the only ones that know about it, though, because, Purple Guard and all.
The navigators. The navigators are not one for exploring Buildervats themselves. They are not delvers. Who else knows of this?
Well, look, I have a theory that I don't like, but I think probably at least a section of the Coriolites do, because they're the ones that have been trying very hard to keep anybody from finding about this. I worry there might even be some of them who might even be there, and that's the whole reason they've been killing people, to keep anybody from going to their secret stash.
And the Zapti's been a bit of a pain as well recently.
Mm-hmm.
It's very interesting.
And who has the dice, basically, like the little...
You wrap them up, so I think I had them and I gave them to you, and you wrapped them in like cloth or something and put them in your pocket.
Oh,
that's what I was assuming.
That's right. I forgot. We found, and then she'll sort of drop her voice a little bit, because it's still like kind of wrapped. We found these listening devices in our ship, and the Zapties seem to not know anything about them. And then she'll like unwrap it silently.
I see. This is heirloom technology. Some sort of... She kind of holds it up, looks at it, and she can tell exactly like what it is just from looking at it. Like the sheer compactness of the text is not something that anyone can replicate these days.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And this was found on your shuttle, and the Zapties did not place it.
No, they were right, Kef. They seemed confused.
No, I called them my dice because they didn't recognize them.
So, I think that what that implies then, that this, she like gestures towards Armande, this Coriolite faction that you think is involved is not perhaps pulling the strings of these Zapties, which raises the question of who is.
They haven't identified that, just that we need to stop. But we're not stopping, obviously.
Obviously. You'll need
And
to get down into that vault.
Cover them back up again so they can't hear. They're still working.
You're going to need to go down into that vault then.
What permissions do we need? Passes and whatnot.
She like almost laughs, but it's like a bitter laugh. Rodor, there is no permission that we would be able to receive to delve inside of the Well of Souls. This is purely an off-the-books operation.
Gotcha. So beg forgiveness and, hope we find something that makes it worth what we did.
It sounds like a bit of extra pay as well.
And Rodor will elbow Kef. So, no.
What?
Kef.
I spent...
No.
You must seriously reconsider this question. If your goal in life is to accumulate wealth, you are in the wrong guild. Might I suggest a change of occupation?
Yes, so...
Consider it.
What, so we need to be stealthy. There's so many people who've been following us, the Mirzertains and the Zapti, and
there's a part of me that wonders, like, if clearly whoever this Coriolite is, that he's been giving a false name. If it's something where you don't present your true face when you're doing that, maybe they have a personal investor or stake of power with the Zapti, and they're using that face to manipulate the Zapti while also using their heirloom tech to do scary stuff where they paralyze you.
Or perhaps they know what it is that is within that vault, and they seek to prevent us from learning what it is.
Maybe, yeah.
That is definitely a goal. They want us to stop. That is very true. but we won't.
Well then. Good. Time is of the essence. The Well of Souls is, as you know, a very revered location within the City of the Dead. And it is not a... The well is not easily accessed without being seen. Every day there are several ceremonies. And even if you could perhaps infiltrate a group of mourners, the minute you get within the edge, near the edge itself, let alone with delving equipment, you would be quickly discovered. But it is not a site that is open all day. It is shut down at night. There are still guards, of course, within the larger City of the Dead. Paid for, I believe, by certain Coriolite factions, interestingly enough. You have to be very careful.
Okay. So we should probably go at a time when there is not an event happening, fewer eyes.
Yes. Yes. For if you don't want to delve blind. So, what she's basically talking about, just so you guys understand, and you guys would understand her language, but player-wise, when you engage in a delve, one of the things that you often do before you descend is you do a deep scan. So you get an idea of what and if you're successful at it, you get like a general idea of where you're going. But that usually takes time. It takes it takes a stretch, I think. So it's like 15 minutes. And so it's not the type of thing that you could just so you're literally sitting out in the open of this relatively flat area with just a big hole in the ground. And you guys are sitting there trying to scan the thing. Now there is a mechanic for delving blind, but it burns up extra supply and it's, and it's more difficult to move and all that kind of stuff. So that's what she's referring to. And you guys would know what she means by that. What's very curious, if you think about it, there are many bodies that are sent down the well each day for years and years and years. And while I don't know the particular inner workings of the wardens of the well and those that tend these bodies, every soul who dies here on Ship City eventually is turned to ash, which means that somehow the wardens of the well can access the well itself. Otherwise, the well would be overflowing with bodies after all these generations. They must be doing something else with them. So perhaps there are other entrances to the well that are not available to public knowledge.
Find another way in than from the top.
Something to consider.
Jeff, question. With the Ship City, is our rover or is our ship actually able to fly underneath it to look up at it, or
As far as you can tell from the readings that you got from the projection and just from your own knowledge about like it's solid on the other side, and besides which the beacon was like in the center of the ship, so it didn't look like there was an exterior access you're talking about. It didn't look like there was an exterior access, no.
but in theory, would I be able to deep scan from the bottom and see what other entrances might be coming in above us if we pinpointed where the well?
You could, if you found a second entrance, you could deep scan from that. But from the other side of the asteroid, you wouldn't be able to. No, because this deep scan gets blocked by certain geological formations, and so that includes solid asteroid. It would probably be blocked.
Got it. All right, then that plan is out the door. Just wanted to check. Thank you.
I mean, there was the warden that was there at the funeral. He seemed to have like kind of a fond opinion of the deceased. I don't know that that's enough to like talk our way in with him, but it's not nothing.
Perhaps we could go back to the archive.
I would be careful who it is that you talk to.
Yeah.
Clearly there are spies afoot.
I was thinking perhaps if the archive is back open, we could try to find some meta. I'm thinking sort of like, in a different kind of game, you might try to find, like, city planning map of the sewers kind of a thing, like looking for some equivalent type of information.
The archive is not reopened as of yet. While it's possible I could pull strings to get you inside, it is not in a state to be searched. There's been too much damage. Many shelves have fallen.
It was a lifetime's work for somebody just to fix that.
I know, if you think about it, they have to like go back through all of that stuff now. Yeah. Reorganize it. There's no saying how long it would take. It could take weeks, months, even, to find the very information you might be looking for, if it even exists at all.
So perhaps if we nosed around the time when there was a ceremony and we pay particular attention to the workers, and if we tried to see where do they seem to go, to your point, Master Mosca, that there must be other things that they do after.
Yes, I believe a stakeout could perhaps provide some information of use.
Okay.
Maybe do we have a Coriolite outfit? Maybe we can send, I'll point at Armande, someone in to talk their talk and blend in for a bit.
Well, nobody's going to believe I'm a Coriolite. I don't have crazy spiders. Okay, yeah, I can talk fancy, but I don't have like crazy paralyzing spider tech or listening dice thingies.
I'm pretty sure that's not everybody that has that.
Right now, I'm pretty scared that they all do have it.
I got a pot full of string if you want it.
We can do a group stealth and do a stakeout. We will.
Step 1, gather information. Step 2, form a half-ass plan. Step 3, blind delve. Maybe not.
I think another entrance, got to figure out where else they might be for sure coming from.
Yeah,
Master Mosca, thank you for your time. We were pleased to be able to give you a update as to our progress.
I'm pleased that you have made such progress and made such great discoveries. I foresee even larger ones to come.
We bid you leave.
Thank you.
And recognition of your excellent works on your way out. Make sure you stop by the warehouse. I'm sure there are some supplies that could be of useful to you. Used to you on the delve to come.
Thank you.
Well,
thank you for your generosity.
Yeah, so she'll, let's see, let's roll some dice. She will give you 6 supply, basically, from the whatever they have here on site. It's not like they're big warehouse, but they give you a little bit.
And that's when we mark supply, that's like individual supply or everybody's?
Yeah, so you guys can divvy that up however you want.
Yeah, okay.
I currently have 6.
Yeah.
Me too. I believe Long.
2.
How much do you? Yeah, I think we should just dump them into Long's pockets for now.
All right. Yeah.
Have at it.
You guys are welcome
I thought I was
to buy more.
remembering that.
So again, just mechanically, like you guys are welcome to buy more. The game, I can't tell you much about the delve, obviously, because you haven't made any kind of scans yet. But I can tell you that, generally speaking, the game says that delves are usually what are called 15 to 30 markers, like zones. And you generally want to bring about twice as many markers worth because you have to get down and back up, and you're constantly burning supply just by moving. And then there are other things that can happen inside a delve that could cause you to lose even more supply. So it's good to have. So you don't know how big or deep this is, and you wouldn't know until you deep scan. And then once you scan, you're probably want to get started fast. The other thing with your stealth idea that makes a whole lot of sense, but remember that many of you, that if you're going to delve, you need to bring your suits. And doesn't mean you have to have them on when you're trying to stealth in, but you need to have them in close proximity so that you can, stash them and stuff like that. And suits in this game, delving suits are very much like old fashioned deep sea diving kinds of suits, right? So, yeah. Big,
Jeremy, how many
things.
supply do you have?
I feel like the three of us had 6.
We have 6. Long now has 8.
I'm at 6.
6, so we have 26 in total. That's not too bad. So if it's like, for example, the 12 delve example, then we're beating it by 2 at least. Okay.
Is there, and what was the cost per supply?
100.
You can buy more. It's 100 rook per supply.
That's why I'm mathing.
And Jeff, did you have like an amount of ruka that I had gotten from Master Mosca last time?
Oh, the advance?
Yeah.
You can take 500 for the advance, we'll say.
Ooh, okay.
I wasn't even the one that persuaded her to give us money. I just complain about it a lot.
Okay.
She's very pleased with your work. You guys brought her actual, like, real fascinating information, like a hidden vault.
Yeah.
Like all these years, like literally 180 something years or whatever it is, and no one's discovered that there is a hidden vault somewhere. So it has to be particularly important and particularly difficult, and very few people likely know about it. So yeah, there's got to be something in there that's of note, right? So anything more with Mosca? Are you guys ready to go?
Mosca, what, Master Mosca?
Some people call me Mimosa.
Miss
And those people
Mimosa.
are quickly expelled from the guild.
Oh no.
I hadn't heard that name before. I didn't even cross my mind.
And the old history books in the Lost Horizon, or the Old Horizon, I believe a mimosa was some sort of beverage.
Oh, really?
Yes. Many brides during certain getaways would drink them before going and gallivanting before weddings and such.
Oh,
And
seems
sometimes-
a waste of money.
There was a Mother's Day in which you would take her to brunch and you would drink many mimosas.
Oh, these interesting cultural customs
very
that we are not a part of.
I am filled with historical nuggets like this. Yes, do good work, and perhaps I will tell you about Father's Day. Yes.
Master Mosca, you have a recommendation for where would, like a good place to find old maps about Ship City? Maybe we can find something else if the archive's closed?
The archive would have been the best case scenario. Again, I would stress, though, this is a secret that has survived 180 years. And that in and of itself suggests that information of it has been kept secret, and it has been withheld from even people like myself who have significant access.
Armande, I had a thought. I want to talk to you later, but we won't take any more of your time.
Okay. So we'll say you guys depart. Unless there's any questions, just call it out. But you guys depart. You pick up from the local warehouse near, like, the wings outside of the that courtyard area. You grab what you can. You pack your pockets in your bags. She can also offer to keep Gar on site if you like, so you don't have to deal with him.
I was
Yeah,
going to
just we
ask
don't
him if
have
he
a
wanted
suit
to be
for
our
him.
archaeologist
Yeah.
and join the Delve.
You could. That would, in some ways, that would be helpful. In some ways, it could not.
Supply burn.
Yeah. I think if she would like to keep him safe here, that sounds like a wonderful idea.
If you give him enough, he'll just pass out and you don't have to deal with him.
I think he probably has his own. You probably don't even have to give it to him.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's good.
He's well supplied. In terms of the
she'll
glyphs, was there any, like, this is something that, like, we as players know exactly what the glyphs mean? Like, there isn't anything that we would need to, like,
I've already told you, like, what you would
okay.
know, which is that the Dolum and Ishra gifts, when combined together, are commonly an indication of a builder vault.
Yeah, okay.
Right, which is why, like, you guys have been, like, she's moving with confidence, you guys are moving with confidence that it's not just a random beacon. That's a beacon in a builder vault down there. There's no reason these glyphs would appear otherwise.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure that we covered all the bases with her before we left. Thank you.
Armande,
Gar, you will enjoy your time.
What's that, man?
You won't even notice we're gone.
Yeah, I guess it's all right. My body, I got like a sciatica thing that makes, the delving kind of difficult these days. So, but
just
I'll wait
look at
around.
the maps and stuff. Time will fly right by.
Yeah, me and Mimosa over here. We'll shoot the breeze. We'll talk about Levon, tell some stories and such. Good old days. Yes, that sounds delightful. Please leave before I change.
Thanks.
My mind.
Bye. Yeah, that's definitely
Okay.
And as we're kind of leaving her, Armande, we walked by on the archive and I didn't hear very much of it, but your friend that you made, didn't they mention vibrations of some kind that they felt?
Yeah, but I mean that was like something from like quite a while back that he was studying. Oh, okay. That's an interesting point.
Where, if he's right, then where are they coming from, and can we find them? Maybe that's related, because it's not something anybody's explored, and it was brief 5 seconds. It sounded like he spent a lot of time. I don't want to overplay this.
Did we not feel something as well in our first session? Did we not feel a bit of?
I don't remember that.
An earthquake, tremor? No.
Yeah.
I know who you're talking about. You're talking about Huzra. He was talking about, so he was talking about like various like what he thought, others thought he was like just like making it up, and so he was trying to prove them wrong. Remember though that he was talking about the turbine halls, which is a completely different section of Ship City than where you guys are.
I wasn't sure where it was. I couldn't remember, so that's good. Okay, I just wanted to check it wasn't related.
Yeah, but it's good to think outside the box. I respect that.
You just respect my wrongness. I appreciate that.
I wouldn't say it that way. Yeah, okay.
It's all good.
Okay. All right. So, do we think we have enough supplies? Should we get more supplies?
We should probably get more supplies. Willing to spend 200 to get an extra couple.
We can play it safe. I'll buy more as well with my spare room.
I already spent all my money. Thank you.
I don't mind getting some extra. And like, when we go to do the stakeout, like, do we want to already be suited up? Like, I know I've got kind of the lighter model, so it doesn't really hamper me as much, but that also is like super obvious if somebody does see you wearing it. So I could carry more if I was, though.
We should leave it somewhere safe and close by.
Yeah. I think worst case is we're making a run for it at night when it's extra quiet.
Okay.
So I'll buy
evening
6
time
extra
now.
supply.
Sorry, Lon, go ahead.
Yeah, I'll just buy 6 extra supply, so 600, and I'll pass 2 on to Armande and Kef.
Okay. And like Chasm is not a bad place to go shopping for this kind of stuff. So like even on this ring specifically, it wouldn't be difficult. And again, just for people listening, and I think you guys already know this, but supply is really like the abstract term, and it covers lots of different things like water, ammunition, food, light sources. It's kind of that all purpose concept, but it is a resource that during a delve you have to burn to just progress in the delve, but also when certain effects and such trigger you. So each of you could like be splitting off and just collecting food and rations. Some of you could be getting water. Some of you could be getting extra like, flares and light sources and lamps and stuff like that. So
cool. It's like you're tracking it, but you're not getting too far in the weeds of like
exactly.
How many rations, how many torches, all that stuff. Cool.
So I'll say that by the time you're done talking with Mosca and by the time you're done shopping, it is genuinely nighttime. So it is nighttime at this point. So it's a question of what do you want to do? How do you want to handle this?
Maybe we go take a look at the guard pattern.
Yeah, start snooping around the City of the Dead. See what information we can gather.
Start testing the borders.
Yeah.
Okay. Do an observation, but are we in general assuming we're probably going to go in tonight?
If the opportunity presents itself, yeah, we can delve.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, the goal of a stakeout, I suppose, is the less amount of time it takes, the better. But we're
okay. All right.
Good.
Okay.
Yeah, doing great.
I'm gonna go get my lucky shovel.
Good to know. That's your supply. Part of your supply is your lucky shovel.
So we'll say that you collect your equipment. Between the time to collect your equipment and buy some extra resources, you eventually have all of your delving equipment. You probably have your delving suits like packed up and compressed in some kind of cases or bags or something like that. It definitely looks like, to use a Blades in the Dark term, you're traveling kind of heavy. So, but at the same time, that's not the most strange thing to see. But if you were walking through the alleys in delving gear, that would be very conspicuous. But you have this big gear, and we'll say that later in the night, as we're kind of pushing deeper into the night, the nightlife is started to permeate some certain places. It does mean that some of the trams and some of the lifts aren't quite as full as people who don't partake, and maybe who are just coming from some of the factories and whatnot are just going home. So there's definitely a little bit more freedom of movement on some of your public transit, but eventually you will find yourselves on the outskirts of the City of the Dead. I know you said you wanted to stash your stuff, so before, I'll say you're on the outskirts. I've brought you over to the general kind of map of the City of the Dead just to refresh your memory.
You need to give us vision.
I don't gotta do shit. But yes,
and then we'll enjoy the black screen. Thanks.
It's so dark here, we can't see anything.
It's nighttime, duh.
Really?
One of you, did anyone put a flashlight on? I didn't see it.
I think I was fiddling with a flashlight last session, actually.
Did you turn it on? I don't know. It ran out of battery. There's the lithium batteries. Okay, so just to refresh your memory in terms of the layout, it's the same from the first scene. There is a circular large open area in the middle of the City of the Dead, and that is where the Well of Souls is. There's an obelisk of the dead nearby, a monument that's right next to it, but otherwise it's a very kind of flat open area, and you can be seen from a distance. All surrounding that big circular open area are all sorts of other things. There's mausoleums, crematoriums, and other places, rows and rows of things. Some statues that honor and commemorate people who were on the Long Traverse, the three captains, and various other dignitaries and significant individuals during the course of the founding of Ship City. And then there's also the temple that you all had your little tea ceremony after the commemorating Levon. So that's kind of how it works. Now, the City of the Dead is not closed at night. It's just that the Well of Souls is not active. People can still come and visit the dead, so they can visit some people, or they can kind of go to various crematoriums or halls where maybe a plaque is put about a loved one. because I think at some point, Armande, back in like session 1 or 2, you had asked about your mother. Your mother is probably somewhere kind of in one of these, as opposed to within the temple itself, right? So that just gives you kind of a general idea. So describe then your approach here. Like, how are you approaching the City of the Dead? How are you looking to get in? Again, there's not like a singular gate you have to pass, but it is well known that the Well of Souls is not something that people like. It's so revered that it would be very, very bad form for anyone to do anything with it, even outside of the hours in which these ceremonies are held. So, what do you guys think? How do you guys think you're approaching this city?
Initially, to wrap up, maybe try to make ourselves a bit less identifiable.
Yeah,
for sure.
like
I know I would use my disguise to help with that for sure.
Okay, so let's do a roll for that. I want to get a roll on however you're disguising yourselves. And do you think you're disguising yourselves with the intent to bring your equipment with you, or do you think you're stashing your equipment like somewhere else?
Definitely a stash nearby.
Stash,
so we can
yeah.
Okay,
retrieve.
like outside of the confines of this revered, funeral area. Okay.
Yeah.
If that's the case, I'm not going to penalize. Just roll it flat.
Okay. And this would be let's see. Which attribute do we think goes with disguise?
I think logic makes some sense. I think there is a disguise talent, right? You have that, I believe?
Yeah, I do have the talent, yeah. Just get to pick the attribute that goes along with it.
Can I use stealthy with logic? Not necessarily that I'm hiding in shadows, but that I'm trying to... I'm not changing my outfit. I don't have skills in disguise, but I'm trying to like just act or didn't be like a mourner a bit.
I was just going to have Rador roll for the whole group, basically.
Oh, okay. I was thinking we all did
because you have the time to set up disguises.
Man.
So I'd really like to roll a stealth.
Wow.
So I'm sitting.
Terrible roll.
I know, and I'm currently sitting on only 3 hope, and I rolled 2.
Well, don't forget about certain things to recover hope. So that you should have already recovered the hope from the shift, going past like throughout the day.
It is the one.
Don't forget, you also have the keepsake stuff that you could potentially have done a scene with to get some hope back. And I know that your bird also has some abilities.
Yeah, how mad would everybody be if I rolled out our new bird talent?
Let's make use of it. We
Try
got
it out. Go for it.
All right. So we have been accruing crew points, and we just cashed in 5 crew points for the power Soul Delve. So the bird merges with an explorer's mind, giving them rest and rekindling their hope. The explorer regains all lost hope, even if broken by despair. So what we see, and so this is, private area before we take off. So the bird glows in a warm orange, illuminating the explorer it merges with. So, Rador usually has Pyrex sort of like on her shoulder anyway. And so you see Rador and Pyrex sort of go kind of step aside. It's this sort of like, like leaning foreheads together kind of a thing. That you just see like, Pyrex is sort of like perched atop, like a, stand or something. And Rador just sort of leans forward, and you see, Pyrex kind of start to glow orange and kind of lean their head forward. And you just see like the wings come out and just sort of like envelop Rador in this sort of like orange glow. And when that ends,
you need to roll first.
Oh,
it's not an automatic. It's you have to roll it. You have to write an insight. Bird handler applies if you have that talent. You have an insight test, and you have to spend 1 of Pyrex's energy points as it's going to come into play now. Now, like prior when we've done stuff with the bird, it didn't really matter as much as you guys were just. But now on the verge of potentially paying attention to that kind of stuff.
You said it's an insight.
Insight, but you can apply your bird handler talent.
Bird handler. Oh.
And don't forget that there's always assisting and stuff. You guys can always help each other out, I think. to a degree, as long as it makes sense, as long as you're nearby. There you go. That's way more dice.
Okay. 2 success on that. So I then successfully have a full 8 hope with which to go back and push this disguise nonsense.
Just
which
remember
I'm going to lose at least 2.
2 ones.
But this feels important. Like having good disguises to get in here feels like an important first step.
Sure.
Would I... Oh, never mind. Too late. Already rolled.
It was too late anyway because she had already rolled and she was going to a pushing. So you have lost 3 hope. Yeah.
For nothing. For nothing.
Yeah. Yep. You just cannot seem like every time you try to maybe align like the robe in such a way to like cover this pack or cover that piece of equipment, it just kind of falls off a different direction. You try your best, but you know that anybody who just looks at you guys more than just a casual glance could detect that you are not necessarily like Coriolites or mourners or whatever it is. So you got to hope that you don't come into contact with anybody who is intently looking at you.
Great. So I'm going to recommend we go in separately and just be individual mourners.
We ought to spend some time in here, maybe like an hour, and then meet back up at the this place here where we've left our equipment.
All right, then. Let's find out what we can.
I'll just pretend I'm going to go see Ma, and which is kind of true, but it's a good excuse to
Yeah.
Okay, so we split in
slap you on
2
the
and
back
2?
too hard.
Or we go in 4 different ways.
I think we might be going 4 different ways.
Oh,
that sounds terrible. Why would you suggest that?
Even Long said no. Wow.
All right, 2 and 2s and 2s.
Yeah, let's do 2 2s.
Okay.
How are we splitting?
Go with Armande.
Oh,
Yeah.
There you go. Oh, you wanted to be away from the bad dice rolls?
No.
Thanks, Long.
No.
Thanks, Long.
Oh, wait, Jeffrey's not a big... Just kidding.
Oh.
Ladies and gents, we're splitting.
Ladies and gents.
Yep.
Okay. So you all do your best to start to weave into the various rows of crematoriums and mausoleums and statues, keeping yourselves as best you can obscured by some of these structures. All the while, you come across an occasional mourner or two, somebody who is like leaving like a pressed piece of some kind of like small little keepsake at the base of a wall in which you see a series of plaques, carved names, much like Armande's mother probably. Sometimes you do catch sight of the actual Well of Souls area, and it does look as though you have arrived at a time in which the wardens of the well seem to be retiring to some degree, or at least spreading out and going to different locales. So why doesn't every group will say, so both groups will give me a perception test. One of you can assist the other, so then you could get an extra die, so you guys can determine how you want to go about doing it. So you're trying to scout and reconnoiter. So if you have like any talents that you think apply, like Armande's investigation or something like that, like those types of things, I think would apply.
Lookout.
Lookout would be good. You're looking out for dangers and such, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I have 5 in perception. How's yours, Armande?
That's much better than mine. I've got investigator and stealthy to potentially be helpful.
Okay, so I can get a bonus from you. And I have investigator myself as well.
Okay, so let's do them one at a time. So who's going first? Is it Armande that I heard?
I'm rolling, but Armande's going to be assisting me.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to assist
so you take
Richter.
+1 from Richter, or excuse me, from Armande. Yeah, it looks
Rolled
pretty
8
good.
dice. I got 2 successes.
Nice.
Okay, excellent. And this is the situation, by the way, where I'm going to say that the more successes that you accrue, the more information you could potentially get. So you have 2. As long as you're cool with that, it's fine. Who is rolling between Rador and Kef?
Yeah, Kev definitely has better perception.
Yeah. I'll get.
Yep. So I'll assist.
Yeah, I'm happy to take your assist. All right, Richter, let's hit the circumference. Perception, and then a +1. I think it's this one right here. Yes. Okay. Ooh, ouch. I'm gonna push that. Ouch is 1 success, by the way. Well,
No.
1 success, but no.
And hope lost.
Yeah, I lost that in the first roll. Out of 9 dice, that's not bad for hope lost.
Okay, so as you guys split out, and you said you're going to like look around for like an hour, and then you're going to meet back kind of where you set your stuff. So we'll say about 30 minutes or so, like halfway through your time apart, you've been going through and looking. Maybe you try to pick up a trail of like a warden of the well or somebody who's on, and it just looks like they're doing a round. And then other times you see maybe a group of Coriolites and that interests you. It looks like they are just actual mourners and they eventually leave. And so there's a lot of like false starts that happen as you're shifting through. But then when these things are happening somewhat simultaneously and you guys are on opposite sides, there are some things you notice. So first, with Kef and Richter, with the 1 success, you're unable to identify, like you're like every time you try to track a warden, all they seem to be doing is going on patrol. You never really see them go anywhere. It just looks like they're doing basic rounds within the city. But one thing you do notice is about 20 or 30 minutes in, again, to when you guys spread out, you notice a sudden Zapty presence. As you see there, you start to hear voices like calling out, whispering to each other. Like someone's like, I heard they went this way. And maybe like between like these old statues, maybe of former great ship captains, you peek around and you see the black hair of Tamara Zarab, the leader of the group. And you see that she seems to be moving along with 3 other individuals who are not in Zapty uniforms, though they are carrying weapons. You see like big sledges and other things like that. And they seem to like be fanning out, and they are very much looking for somebody. And you can maybe overhear just the slight suggestion that they are actively searching and that they were told that you went this direction. While that's also happening, wait 1 second on that. I want to give all the information at once, and then we'll see what everyone wants to do, because this is going to get weird. Meanwhile, Armande and Richter, the 2 of you probably veer over maybe the other direction towards the Palace of the Departed, and you catch a pair of wardens of the well with those silver masks, those kind of whitish robes, coming down the steps. You kind of step out of the way just the last second before they can see you. You overhear something maybe about like they're ending their shifts over, and then another one says, "No, I have to head down into the crematoriums," and the other one is just going to do a patrol. And you see they split at the base of the stair, whereas one of them just kind of heads off into towards the entrance to the city, and you start to follow the second. And you watch the second one. It's kind of, you're not sure where he's going, but eventually you find him at, it looks just like a mausoleum. And he looks around for a second, and then he reaches out and he pulls what looks like some kind of affectation on the exterior of the mausoleum, and a door swings inward and open, and he steps in and closes it behind himself.
You saw that, right?
Dude, secret door! Secret door! We're gonna go through a secret door! We're gonna die, but we're gonna go through a secret door. It's gonna be amazing.
We've got a way in.
Yeah, okay.
So, while you guys are watching that happen, let's cut back to Kef and Richter, who are actively being hunted now by Tamara and the others, and not Zapties, thugs with big weapons and things. What do the two of you do in this moment?
Redor, send Pyrex off to Richter and Armande. Get him. If they're here, they'll recognize him. He glows.
We've got to keep hiding.
Yeah,
They can't
gotta
catch
move.
us.
But also, we should probably send Pyrex over to Richter and Armande.
And so Redor's concern with that is that Pyrex flying overhead would give away where we are.
Is
Let's
he
make a decision, because they are starting to close in on you, and you can count a total of 4, and you're I'm like picturing it like the two of you are hunkered down behind these two statues, like talking across to one another, and you know that they're coming in, and at any point they could come around. At least one or two of them could spot you, so you have very limited time to do something.
We need to get out.
All right. I'm gonna try to do what I did before and make a voice box that kind of sounds like us that we can give Pyrex. Like really quickly jury rig something out of my pockets, if that's all right.
Okay. Yeah, we'll give it a go. I'm gonna say that though I'm gonna put a -1 penalty on this one because the timing is even more tight on this. Like this is they're about to come around the corner and hit you over the head with a sledgehammer.
Logic, right?
I think we did logic and then whatever talent you had for jury rigging.
Jury rig and then -1. Absolutely makes sense. Okay.
Ooh.
How about 2 successes?
2 successes is phenomenal. I'll say with both successes, you can get it done, get both of your voices in, like just really basic things. And then you you slide it across over to where Redor, you're able to grab it behind the other statue. You and Pyrex are there. Pyrex is like perched atop your shoulder, and you can tell Pyrex is anxious. Like you can sense it.
So my instruction to Pyrex is going to be like not to fly off, but just sort of like hop around behind, I'm imagining, between like the headstones in the mausoleum and, those kinds of things, and just sort of like hop around and stay low with that noise and then to go off that way.
Give me an insight check. Use your bird handler skill. It's a very like complex, precise thing you're asking him to do. So it's not just like go that way. Okay. So let's give that a go. I won't charge energy for this because it's not using a power, but I do think it's like a specific command you're giving.
Yep. All right. Fingers crossed for a better roll this time. 2 successes.
That's a better roll.
Pyrex,
It's a better roll.
Pyrex definitely seems to understand and like grab, and maybe it's because he's done this once already. And so he grabs this weird little jury rig mix of like throwaway comlink stuff. Maybe you like broke down a different delve unit and like you took the comlink out and you've managed to store some of the voices here and there. And you just have Pyrex like he hops and hops and hops, stops for a second. You see Pyrex like turn his mohawked head around the corner just to check, and then keeps going. And then finally the two of you, right as like the steps are getting close, hear your voices calling from the shadows off in the distance. And then the voices of Tamara and the Zap, she's like, I heard something that way. And then you hear the boots as it seems right as they were about to go through like the hall between the statues, they race away. And so you've bought yourself some time. What do you do next?
We gotta get out of here.
Yep. So we are making use of the diversion to run back to wherever like the rally point was.
Okay.
Because we've been made.
Are you just like running?
Nope.
Oh, you're doing
we
stealth?
are stealthing
Yeah.
it.
One of you give me a stealth test.
That's
Redor
cast.
can run. You say that. Your agility is better than mine.
But do you have something for stealth?
I have stealth. I do literally have stealth.
Yeah.
Yes. Agility. All right. I don't get any negatives or bonuses for this, right?
You're not carrying anything at the moment, so you're good. Yeah.
Okay. Just checking.
So then is it just a wash? Because then, oh my God.
God, that was terrible.
That was horrible.
Yeah.
That was a horrible.
And you're going to be
4
taking
dice,
3 back.
3 ones.
Yeah.
Well, only if she pushes. You don't take any
yeah.
help if you're not pushing.
I've got.
If you're pushing, you're literally rolling 1d6. So
Yeah, that's the thing. My odds are
yeah.
really against me. I only have 4 hope right now. I don't think I can afford to push it for 1 dice.
Poop.
Yeah, the odd, the
All right.
too low a percentile chance.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
I probably shouldn't have pushed last time either because I didn't necessarily do that math on like, oh, right, I'm only rolling one.
The two of you slip off and you do your best. You're kind of, maybe it's just the sheer fact that you know they're so close. And so like you're picking up your pace a little bit more. You're making some mistakes. You bump into a mourner, like as you turn around the corner, like, pardon me, like kind of loud. But you are able to get back to the rendezvous point. Armande and Richter, going back to you for a minute, you saw this door open. It's been about half an hour, 40 minutes, something like that. You're about halfway through the time. You've explored some of this. You lingered around the palace. What do you think you guys would do with this information? Are you just going to just burst right in? Or are you guys going to go back to the rendezvous point?
I feel like we should group. We should probably get our equipment because I think once we try and get that crematorium, there's probably more than one person. I think that's the point of no return once we go through that secret door.
Yes, and it might be done when we return. It could be empty.
Oh, we go find the others and just I don't know.
Yeah, you're right. We should go back. Let them know.
Okay.
Two of you start backtracking the way you came, working around like the right side of the eastern side for our two-dimensional view of the large circle. And eventually you get back to the rendezvous point, and I'll say the four of you are there. Pyrex will show up shortly thereafter. And all of you are there on the outskirts outside of like the fence that sort of keeps the various mausoleums like in their separate like quadrants and such. So you're outside of it once more. You arrive within maybe 5 minutes of each other, but all of you are there with information to share. So what is it you're saying? What is it you're doing?
We got our Zappies out, a uniform, just ready to. They're looking for us. We sent Pyrex with their voices, and they chased it.
They already knew that we were here.
I mean, Pyrex is pretty distinct.
Okay. Well, we found like the secret entrance to get to the crematorium, but probably once we're in there, that's we should probably be ready to just like go once we do it. And if the Zapti are already here, I think maybe that's all the more reason to not wait.
Yeah, we ran into some people on our way back here, so we're not exactly clean.
It's suffocating. We can't go anywhere without Zapti on our heels.
Okay, hold on. I got a bad idea. Do we want to do this? Maybe with some help, because I'm not sure I have all the materials, but Richter probably might have what I'm missing. And by that I mean a lot of gunpowder. A smoke bomb, distraction, get people to go think there's a fire or react to something in a different direction, and then head to the entrance.
We can do that.
It's not quiet, but we're already seen, so.
Nothing that won't make any damage. Just making smoke. Yes?
Yeah, smoke. Maybe even like bellows out and fills more of the area.
Whoever's best at stealth.
I mean, I can't craft anything, but yeah.
I can craft it if you can lead it there. If Richter can have me, you got guns, right, Richter?
I do, but I don't think I'm gonna shoot up in the middle of the City of the Dead.
No. I just need your bullets. I need the gunpowder.
We have supplies for that, yes.
Oh, maybe just within our general pack of things, we may have something that can burn. I have a pipe with tobacco, so I probably have some things that can make a bit of a fire.
Or worst case scenario, maybe burn a supply.
Yeah. I don't want to lose my flamer. It's my very important flamethrower. My flamer that I've dubbed Flamethrower as its name.
I think Jeremy's point makes sense. Of
It's
like
a lighter with a squirt bottle.
we have supply that we can use for making this diversionary flare smoke stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe it's a
smoke machine.
We only do it if we have to. If we can just sneak our way through and nobody sees us, it's better.
I think we do it and then we sneak through.
Okay.
But-
I trust you. You're better at sneaking than I am.
I'm not. That's the point.
I mean, if they didn't find you yet, maybe my worry is
Don't need to draw attention.
Yeah.
So we can... Jeff, you can let us know if we're stretching Pyrex's abilities too much. Could we set Pyrex up somewhere with like something that's on a string? And so like if we get caught or in trouble, Pyrex can pull the string and then it'll start this little smoke thing. And then if we don't need it, then we don't set it off.
I just don't know how you would communicate the idea of like, then we get in, like do this if we get in trouble. And in Pyrex
like a whistle,
being
like a certain whistle or something. That would be like a, if I
try that, yeah.
make this whistle, this would be a,
I would probably roll for like an insight check when you do the whistle, which means that you're not going to know until the moment whether it succeeds or not.
Yep. You want to do that? So then we can sneak, and then if we're successful at sneaking, then nobody has to be aware of anything, and then we've got a plan B. My insight is 6, so...
Okay. I'll make...
all the things I could roll.
Compromise. I make 2 smoke grenades, one with Pyrex, that's plan A. Plan B, I drop it and we run if it goes tits up. I drop the smoke grenade at our feet and we run if it goes tits up.
We've got plans.
Not opposed to you having one? Yeah.
We got, and I'll burn 2 supply to do that if we can make 2 of them. No, yes, that's a
My smoke
interesting
grenades,
face.
if you'd allow that.
If you would like to burn supply to make a smoke grenade.
2 smoke grenades.
To make one?
2.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna have to roll a check for it then. If you're
Yes.
Yeah. Because I don't think
Yes,
I'm not
yes.
sure that smoke grenades are like a standard.
Smoke
It's not
machine
ammo,
more
'cause
than
it's an
smoke
item.
grenade. Yeah.
Well, there is
Like
there
more
is an
like
item.
what you-
There is a smoke
yeah.
grenade.
Okay.
So it's
No,
just
I'm like
I think it's a jury rig.
smoke machines like you see on concerts more is what my end goal is. But yes, I'm happy to roll.
I do feel like you guys need to be careful of stretching your limits with time.
Okay.
Like if you're making multiple smoke machines and then also
Okay.
so I would say just
Whoa.
try to like just kind of focus on it. Like what would you want to do?
So it sounds like
They're
there are
actively searching
actual...
for you right now.
Okay.
So you know
Then I'll
so
just
there
do
are
it.
actual smoke grenades, so we could just get 2 smoke grenades and just throw a smoke grenade.
You guys don't have those though. So I'm
I
fine
see.
with you
Okay.
guys rolling a check to jury rig it.
Got
And
it.
if you're successful burning supply
Okay.
to get the use of it, that I'm fine with.
Okay.
Okay. I will make.
Okay.
I'll do.
Roll well.
I'll do jury rig and hope to roll one. Well.
Ooh,
Holy
that is not well.
crap.
Yep. I'm just gonna push that right away. There you go. 1 success.
Okay. So yeah, we'll say with 1 success, you'll get 1 smoke grenade then, and you can burn 1 supply. We'll say, but not enough
Okay.
to think that's fair.
All right.
Yes. Very.
Okay. So now we're going to try to sneak.
Yeah.
Hope that we don't have to use it and go in. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, so we're just going to have who has got the highest stealth. Well, technically it's agility for stealth, so I'm just going to have that be the leader. I think
I have a
that's actually
total
the
of
rules.
6.
Oh yeah,
I have
definitely.
6 as well, so it's the same.
Oh,
Okay, one of you two is rolling for the group.
who's got more
That's
hope?
going to be how this works.
Armande.
Yeah. Okay.
Good.
Sure.
Okay. I feel like everyone's forgot the Jeremy rule when it comes to Year Zero engine.
I didn't. But we're all rolling like that today.
The worst it comes.
It's fine.
The fewer
I'm just going to roll stealthy.
The better it is. Jeremy should be like, can I just roll 2 dice instead? I could roll 6, but can I opt into just rolling 2?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Fantastic.
Nice.
Okay. 3
successes.
That is phenomenal. All right. I'm going to roll a little something. Don't worry about it. That's pretty good, though. that's pretty good.
Okay. I don't want to get shot. I don't want to get beaten. And I've got my lucky shovel.
So, Jeremy, whenever all the rest of us are rolling like crap, you're going to roll really well on those high dice rolls.
Okay.
That's the cost.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm okay with this.
You guys taking the route that Armande and Richter laid out. You guys come into the city, you veer right. You're moving quietly, carefully, slowly. You have these big bulky packs with your delving gear that's kind of slowing you even further. You get up to the palace stairs and you kind of go through, there's a walkway right underneath them, like with a little gate, and you just kind of slip through there, staying in the shadows. And you're like looking around, and for a second, Armande, Richter, you're like, wait, was it that mausoleum? Was it that? No, it's that one. And you're able to locate it. You're looking around, and it does seem as though you have not been discovered. At least you haven't been seen by the Zapties. Maybe there's a mourner or two who might have seen you pass and kind of given you a quizzical look at what you're sneaking through. But otherwise, like, it doesn't seem like you've alarmed anyone. So do you go inside?
The warden just pulled this here and it opened up. Give it a yank.
Yeah, let's go inside.
So there's this small stone kind of affectation. You reach and you pull on that, and you hear a small bit of like mechanism churning, and then it opens inward into darkness. Presumably someone pulls out a flashlight, probably Kef. And when you look inside, it definitely looks just more like a transitory like room. It doesn't look like there's like desks or anything in here. Instead, it's really just kind of like a relatively rectangular, empty mausoleum that looks nondescript, like they haven't yet put whatever they're supposed to honor within here. There's no urns or anything like that. But you do notice that there is a set of stairs going down.
Good job, Richter.
Okay. So I will tell you then that we are getting into delve territory.
Yay!
So
that
can I
means
do
you
the
guys
deep
are
scan
suiting up.
here?
That's what I was gonna ask. Do you want to linger for a stretch for about 15 minutes and do the deep scan, and while you're doing that, people start gearing up because this is going down below.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it sounds like
We can
idea.
close the mausoleum door, right?
Oh yeah, that's easy.
Yeah. Okay. Then yes, lingering here sounds great.
Perfect.
Okay. All right. So let's go over some basics when it comes to delving. There are 5 different roles. You all are occupying 4 of them, the 4 required. Delver, we've talked about this. Delver is a person who's going to kind of like leading the way when it comes to descending and like moving the path. I think Delver was, who did we say that was? Rador?
Yep, that's me.
Okay. And then we've got the scout, which is the person who operates the scanners. They're going to be so in that case, this is Kef using the deep scanner. The burrower is the person who kind of carries basic equipment to alleviate various obstacles along the way. And I think that's going to be Armande. And then we've got the guard who gets an extra rifle as their starting basic equipment from the Explorers Guild. And I think we said that was Richter. Okay. So in terms of how this works, when you do a scan, you roll logic plus the gear bonus for your scanner. It takes a stretch and it consumes 1 supply. So Melissa, I'm going to ask you to keep track of, actually no, it's because the individual, each of you individually starts deducting it, I think is how the system works, as opposed to like it being on there. So you just have to call out who is doing it. It's not 1 supply for every person. It's 1 supply for the group as a whole. So just call out who's going to burn it. Doesn't matter who, it all works the same. But if any of you have any, encumbrance issues or something like that, and supply can eventually be traded around too. So it's not like it has to stay there forever. So you're going to roll logic. You're going to get your gear bonus from the scanner. And then if you get a success, you basically get a deep scan map of this delve so you can plan a route. If you fail, you can try again, but you first have to go deeper, which means you have to blindly delve for one marker. And a marker is the way that they measure the deepness and the size of the delve and such. And then whenever you delve blindly, you consume more supply, and the agility roll to move the group is more difficult. And whenever you do a deep scan, there's certain things that you might not get. So like high areas of high blight, geological formations that can block. But don't forget too that you also have abilities with your bird. Your bird is commonly sent forward to scout at regular intervals throughout a delve, specifically to check on blight levels. And so in this case, whoever's handling the bird, which is normally Rador, rolls that insight, and then the bird can kind of fly down and potentially get more information on top of the deep scan. So does that make sense?
So that would be two separate rolls to have Pyrex go, or okay.
So the bird roll is completely separate from the scan roll. These are two separate things. Okay. It's just ways that you commonly get information, so you're not delving blind into just utter darkness. Okay. So let's start with the deep scan roll, Kef. So I already put the item in your inventory, so you should be able to just use the gear item.
Okay. Cool. Okay, yeah. So let me see here. Oh, excellent. This is going to be a logic test, right? Or is it perception?
Logic? It's logic, yeah.
Logic? Okay. Then you see sort of Kef pull out this just cube block worn on the corners. It's got handles on either side of it and a little screen on the front. And she checks it over like several times, 3 times, patting it, making sure it's all good before she even hits that power button. And then she starts her scan, and we hope to roll not whoa, okay. That is 1 success.
Good. That's all you need. You don't.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if I
extra successes in this case aren't going to provide you anything special. So someone's going to burn supply.
I can burn supply this time because it's I'm doing the scan. It makes sense and easy for me to remember.
So as you are going through and using this deep scanner, and the rest of you are gearing up, putting on your helmets, getting your gear situated here and there, maybe like listening carefully both down the stair and through the false door or the false wall to see if anyone's coming. Eventually, like, your scanner reveals some information. So I'm going to show. I'm going to show everybody what you get. So first of all, let me put this on the. I think I have one for the overlay too. So you get this map that comes back, this kind of bright brown and yellow signal that suggests how deep it kind of goes. And then for you all that are inside Foundry, I got something even better for you. So it's that. So now you should, I think, are you able to see this kind of map over on Foundry now?
Yes.
Okay, let me get you in the right place because you guys are in the wrong place. There we go. Okay. Because you guys went in the back way. So excellent. So what you basically see here on this screen is kind of a vertical cross section in some ways that kind of lets you know how deep this goes. And so this is all vertical. So you're traveling down into this venture. Now, what you're able to kind of deduce from looking at this is that there are some sections where there seems to be some blight. So if you look at the map, there are these segments that are kind of these hot pings here and there that seem to obscure some of the routes themselves. That's usually indicative of some kind of blight. It doesn't tell you like what level of blight it is, but you know that there is blight apparently somewhere. You also notice that there seems to be some kind of some kind of like blockage that is down that long vertical shaft that is the Well of Souls itself. You're able to kind of do some basic estimation, and judging from what you're able to get from the scan, you think that this whole complex is probably about 13 markers deep. And the other thing that you guys often get when you do scans like this is you get what are called like locations of interest. And it does seem like there are like three very key spots on this like cross section that are probably worth your attention. One of them, as I already mentioned, seems to be like about halfway down the shaft. There seems to be some kind of blockage. You can't tell if it's artificial. You can't tell exactly what the nature is, but it seems to interrupt that descent, that vertical descent. There also seems to be a secondary like chamber, an outlet chamber that is near that blockage as well. And then it's hard to really get too much readings, but there is something hidden by high levels of blight, very, very deep into the vault itself, which is usually indicative of, of significant vault discoveries, like something builder wise. And yeah, there's quite a bit. There's also like you have like this secondary stair that seems to go down and eventually connects with the central like well, the vertical vault, or excuse me, the vertical drop from the well. And like there is like some kind of intersection as well from the route that you're taking. So this is what you're able to get from the deep scan. Does that make sense?
Very cool. Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So yeah, you know how deep, generally how deep it is. It's like 13 markers. And so, like around 26, if all goes well, 26 is what you would be spending. If all goes poorly, you might be spending more. Yeah. Okay.
Good to know.
Okay. So, while that's happening, is Rador also sending down Pyrex?
Yes.
Okay. So in this case, it's an insight roll with the bird handler talent. And you basically can instruct, if you're successful, you can instruct Pyrex to fly up to 4 markers away, and then it'll return after a stretch. So this also consumes supply. So it's a supply to do the deep scan. It's a supply to send Pyrex out there, and then can kind of come back and give you more information about blight.
Okay.
There's other things there's things called blight cores, which are like these concentrated sections of blight, and then there's blight oases, which is like a section within the delve that is relative safety from the impact of blight. Those are other things that birds can sometimes discover as well.
All right, I'll spend the supply for this, and oh my god, this is not.
We have Jeremy luck. Everybody but Jeremy has Jeremy luck right now.
I'm gonna push. I'm gonna take 1 hope loss, but got.
Do you have your keepsake on you?
Yeah, I do. I'll have that at the ready after if needed.
Okay.
Son of a.
Okay. So.
Wow.
You send Pyrex down. It's still consumed, but like by the time Pyrex gets back, Pyrex seems to have had trouble like moving forward, like for whatever reason, maybe disoriented, maybe confused, maybe the passageway was unclear, maybe the instructions were unclear. But when Pyrex returns and you start going through the reader, like you have like a little reader that helps you communicate with Pyrex, whatever data that Pyrex is able to collect is somehow contaminated or marred, and the information that you get is hard to read. So you don't have any indication of just how high the levels of blight actually are. But you are aware because of the deep scan that there's
some blight there. Yeah.
Yeah. Not in the first couple of levels though, that you're very sure of. So what we then do is if you are ready and you want to go in, the Delver rolls agility. And if you have any kind of equipment or a talent that would be useful, and all of you should have some basic starting equipment for your roles that you've been given, so you think you can potentially use that equipment, then you can use that. And that determines how far the group moves. The Delver kind of leads the path, leads the way. And success means you move 1 marker per success on your roll. So for each success you roll, that's how many markers you move. Failure means you only move 1 and you spend 2 supply. Most of the time it's like one marker, 1 supply. But like if you fail, you only move 1 marker and you basically spend 2 supply. And it also means that your hazard roll could be even worse.
And so I have the basic climbing kit as the Delver. And so you said this is agility?
This is agility. Yeah, it'll always be agility.
Okie doke.
Great scan, Kip. We're all ready to go, Redoer.
Yep.
All right. You are rolling so cool tonight, Melissa.
Right.
It is insane. That's also 0 successes.
But no once, so
Yep.
I'll push.
Okay. Go for it.
I'm gonna hold on. I am going to as I am fiddling with my climbing kit, getting everything out, I come across my Mind Expanding Fungi Recipes Volume 4 by J.W. Marketellum, which is my keepsake item because I need a damn hope.
I don't know if you're
Just
doing
in
that
case.
right now. You're in the middle of it. Like that's something you would probably be doing when you
Yeah.
set and do a scene. That's a separate thing. Okay. Okay.
Gosh darn
Success.
it. Okay, I got a success. I lost that hope that I just got, and I damaged gear.
So as you guys start to descend, the first handful of steps are hewn. You can tell that they're solid stone. And you come to a secondary room just inside that is a little bit more wide open. You can see that there's a gate that like an iron gate with plenty of space. Definitely Pyrex can easily slip through, and probably did when Pyrex flew down. But it just looks like a basic gate. You do notice that there are, in this room, there are 3 separate like frocks or raiments that these wardens wear, covered in ash. They're just kind of discarded on the floor. The gate itself, like when you go up to it, it's locked, but it's a very easy pick. And so like whoever's got lock picks, Kef probably, I think, was able to very quickly and easily kind of get that going and push this creaky gate open. And you see that the stairs continue to go down, but eventually they kind of change a bit here and there to, instead being very clear, smooth rock like you've seen all throughout the mausoleum, they start looking like actual asteroid rocks. They've still been carved. You can tell that this is a well-worn path, but it seems like the grandeur and the elegance has started to fade, and it's more just basic rock. But you do see this small little vestibule area before that stair descends even further. Okay. So as you kind of continue to descend down, one of you, so as you move, you have to spend 1 supply. So whoever wants to do that can do that. You don't move very far, unfortunately, as it does seem like the steps themselves are kind of difficult to move. And maybe take a second and you like poke around with some of this ashy clothing. But it definitely looks like raiments and robes and such that are covered in soot and ash, like the type of thing that comes from crematorium work, right?
So I spent a supply for my roll, and then there's another supply spend for the move.
It's all that. That's all the same. The roll for the bird was separate. The roll, like the movement of the agility move, is separate. So far you guys should have spent 1 from doing the scan, 1 from trying to send your bird, and 1 from just moving, because you guys only moved 1 marker.
Okay, so one from Kipser, 1 from me, and 1 from Long so far.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
So here you are at this kind of like middling vestibule on your way down. Do you continue to push?
I think at this point we need to try to get Pyrex to do a clear blight.
There's no, you would want to do blight once you kind of understand where the blight is. Like you guys are not, so normally after like the first movement in the procedure in the delving procedure, like you would suffer blight based upon what you went through, but you can tell that these opening rooms aren't affected.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Then we would want to move forward.
Do we want to bring the ash-covered robes with us, just in case?
I doubt anyone would be down here. Blight and all.
Somebody was. You think they didn't go through the gate? Could we have can we check if the gate is regularly opened and traversed?
It very much looks like this is a well-worn path. Yeah.
I'm going to take the 3 ashen robes.
Okay. Sure, you can do that. They are bulky and heavy. So I would say it's going to take up some of your encumbrance. I would say if you're taking all 3, probably like 2 rows in your inventory.
I'm then going to shove them into Richter's backpack.
If you wanted to split, we can. That's fine.
Yeah, I
I'm not very strong, Richter.
Cured for your sake.
Thank you.
Okay. So you pick these old rocks up, these stains, like they're in good condition other than the staining. Like it doesn't look like they're torn and old and ragged. It's just like they're covered in soot and they smell like fresh, So then I need Rador to give me another delving test, so another agility test to continue moving. Unless you wanted to do something with the bird.
I don't. Let me look at Pyrex again.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's not true. I forgot. Sorry. There's one other thing we got to do.
Okay.
So sorry, there's a whole procedure to this, so I have to kind of get used to it. So we've moved. You've gotten to the place you go. There's no blight. But one thing we do is we do a hazard. So I get to roll something. Okay, here we go.
Ooh.
Fancy.
Of course it's that. Let me re-roll. Okay. All right. So this is going to target Armande. So Armande, as you're like waiting around and following Rador a bit, seeing as she's like tentatively moving down these steps, you actually notice that the further and deeper you seem to go, there are like all sorts of these like urns that are laid along the side here and there, different alcoves and such, and they're all ceramic, and you can see many of them are engraved with like the names of like the people who once lived. And as you're just kind of peering at them, you noticed a name actually looks very familiar. You see D. Mosca, but it's not only like the name itself, but you notice like there is a symbol of the Explorers Guild kind of emblazing on the urn itself. Give me a logic roll.
Okay. I'll do that.
It doesn't say mimosa?
It does not say mimosa.
Mimosa Mosca. All right, logic check.
You open up the urn and inside, mimosas. Mimosa.
Just add OJ.
Yeah, see, Jeremy's rolls are great right now.
I know.
Okay,
You stole all my dice
night
though.
on this.
Yeah, so
I did.
like
I don't regret it.
It's a familiar family name, Mosca for sure, but the D itself is not your guildmaster. So it's likely like for a second, like you do a double take, and with all the weird secrecy that's been going on, like maybe there's like this faint moment of, wait a second, but then you remember that this is a place where well-respected and influential people, especially high-ranking members of guilds, were sent. And so more than likely it's probably somebody from Mosca's family. That's all it probably is. It's nothing to be paranoid about.
This makes sense. It's okay. Everything is fine.
So while that's happening, Rador, you're kind of trying to navigate these like kind of strange steps. The heat is beginning to kick up a little bit. You can also see again, the steps are tall, they're rough a bit, but there's little alcoves along the way. Give me another agility test if you want to continue moving.
Okay. And I'm going to have to figure out later how I can fix climbing because it only has 1 bonus and it's damage. So
I'm sure with how you're rolling, you're probably going to break it completely.
Well, and I don't even know that it does anything. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm going to try to give it a shot. Hey, 1 success. Look at that.
Fantastic. Okay. You're all able to kind of continue to descend even further and further. And you notice that the stairs at a certain point kind of stop. And then it's just a long hall and a slight slant that seems to be pushing deeper and deeper. The one strange thing is that you see coming down from like the overhang, like above you, like in some cases you can see like it's a rough ceiling. It's not, it hasn't been like refined in any particular way. And you notice like Richter, that there are these like flakes that are almost like falling and raining down from above you. And they're starting to land a bit here. At first they look very beautiful, like these golden, flaky, glistening things, especially as like Kef is shining the flashlight around a little bit. You get these little reflections, and it's almost like this moment of mesmerization, like you're mesmerized by it. And then they kind of land here and there, and they start to burn away at your suit. And you can feel like and smell through your ventilator the scorched fabric that is like starting to melt through, and even some of this is like the plastic and the metal, and it seems as though whatever this thing is raining down from above and is now kind of floating a bit in the air itself. I need you to give me an agility test to see if you can get out from this.
Ruh-roh.
Okay. Can acrobat apply with the running, or is running too tough?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
You can parkour off the sides.
Richter.
You guys got to get a higher agility person to do your delving. You guys are moving so slow.
Yeah, I feel like it was like insight / agility, depending on what it was. And so like it was me because I've got the highest insight, but not the highest agility. You are an insight
person.
Right.
Got the 2 successes.
Well, you're able to like duck and dodge and kind of tumble out of the way, and whatever patch of rock that seems to be raining that down and causing those flakes to kind of hover in the air and land on you. You're able to step back, and when you look, it almost just seems like this isolated shower, like falling down, these handfuls here and there, and then it stops, and you no longer see the flakes coming down at all. I need Rador to continue giving me another agility test, and make sure every time you're marking when we move, it's 1 supply per move, unless I say otherwise, like unless we're delving blind.
So I'll take the supply from the last move that we just did, because I moved twice. So if somebody wants to take it for this next roll that I'm about to do.
Get this.
Sure, I can deduct from mine this time.
All right. Oh boy. That's a fail on the roll. You're finding that this tunnel is giving out these little pockets of like vents of heat, and like it's sort of slowing your movement through here. Do you want to push that, or do you want to just try to move forward?
I don't think I want to push it because I'm down to 3 hope, and I've got one already.
Okay. So you guys will move 1. And you'll burn 2 supply instead of 1, because you're technically because you failed the delving roll. And then there's a hazard roll I do on my side, and like by moving forward with a failed agility test, it also makes the hazard roll even worse.
Before you do that, does everyone prefer me to risk the hope loss versus possibly a bad hazard that could hurt everybody?
Trust your call.
You
We're
should
still early in
until
it,
you
so
can't anymore, because
Oh wow, we got completely differing opinions right off the
Long,
bat.
what were you saying?
Yeah, I was just saying, because we don't we just delve until we get to key points, and then once we finish the delve, going up is the safe way. So like you can push your limits going down.
All right, that's what I'm gonna do. If I hit despair, blame Log.
Blame the
You
game,
have
not
drugs.
Well, lost hope and failed anyway. But I didn't break anything further, so
Okay.
there's that.
It's very slow going. What was once a smooth, simple staircase is now turned into like more of a rocky tunnel with occasional vents of steam coming from somewhere, and then some of those extra like flakes are coming down. Keth, you start to feel like you start to hear like these signals from your suit. You maybe look down and you realize, like coming through your comm link, that your suit is beginning to overheat. And not only that, you are feeling a great bit of heat as everything starts to get blisteringly hot inside of your suit, and sweat is like pouring down into your eyes and kind of causing you to squint a bit here and there. And as you're looking around, the walls themselves are almost rippling a bit here and there, and it kind of distorts your sense of space. You start bumping here and there into some of these rock formations. Give me a strength test as you're struggling to push through this strange little line of
Okay, straight strength. Here we are. Mm-hmm. Okay, 1 success.
You guys are crushing the hazard rolls, though. No, you don't need to push. You're fine.
Okay.
Yeah. You're able to like kind of get through this stretch and step onto the out to the other side. But you look back and you can again see like it's like almost like this weird path, like different chunks of rock, stalagmites, stalactites, and such. And like you can also see these vents kicking up, and you're able to get through. And when you finally get through that stretch, like the heat begins to come down. The warning signs on your suit start to fade, and you look at the walls once more, and they start to again solidify. No one else noticed this, and no one else, like looking around, you don't see anyone else is actually checking their suits. No one else looks overly hot or heated. It seems it was just an experience that you felt.
Kev, you've got to stand up straight. Stop knocking into things.
My suit just overheated and me in it microwaved me.
You're fine. You look just fine.
You can see the pile of sweat coming down me.
Well,
you
glad
probably
I don't
see
have
my
to smell
pits
you
through this outfit.
From this suit. Thankfully, I don't have to smell you, but
I gotta smell myself for the next while.
Richter there was at least diving out of the way of something that was affecting him. You're just...
I'll wait
stand
until
up
it
straight,
gets
keep
you,
going.
and then you'll see if you're talking to him.
I'm not doing so great with my digging here.
You're doing fine. You know, it's just it's a first time, and you know it's challenging. It's fine.
You always have kind things to say, Armande.
Yeah. Yeah.
Rador turns around like Armande is like,
Okay.
Nobody's hurt yet, so
knock on wood.
Go ahead and give me another agility test to keep pushing the crew forward. And you guys can switch roles. It's not common to do so. It's not recommended to do so. It does take a stretch, and you would burn supply in doing so.
2 successes.
nice. There we go.
Fantastic. There you go.
I'll burn the supply.
The pep talk from Armande did the trick.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, as you continue to push through, you eventually find yourself coming to like an open end to this tunnel, this pathway that you've been in, and you see that there is an upward path, that you are very much beneath the Well of Souls. Like if you look up, you're fairly confident that if you were to climb the wall, which you could with your climbing gear, you could get back up to the City of the Dead. And you also notice that there is a long descent below. Now, this is what's called like a point of interest, as you guys have reached what looks like some kind of long ledge that is circling the well. This big long shaft, this deep shaft going down the middle of the City of the Dead. and there is a long ledge that is circling around it. It's wide enough to walk along, but the problem is that there are more of those urns that you saw, Armande, and they're all stacked up on top of each other. Many of them seem very, very old, covered in soot. And for all of you, like even with your ventilators from your suits, you're still getting this overwhelming and overpowering scent of ash, as if it's here. So again, this is what's called a location of interest or a point of interest. Like you can take a moment, you can search around, you can kind of explore if you would like. It's not just like a path along the way. So what would you guys like to do? Or what are you saying to each other? What are you doing as you're standing here, seeing the well come all the way down and seeing this ledge circling it?
All right, let's see who died around here. I'm interested. I'm gonna look around.
Yeah, I actually found probably one of Moska's family members back there. Do you know smell and taste are linked, so that we're probably tasting dead people right now?
Makes sense.
Oh, my. Well, I'm glad that we made it this far. I wouldn't mind a little bit of a break to look around a bit.
Okay.
So as Kef starts looking at some of the urns, you definitely... You don't see any of like your own family names. Some of the urns have the whatever was engraved on them has faded over time. But you start to see a lot of Coriolite names, like with that same sort of construction, or you recognize various star systems or stars that the families would be named after. You probably recognize like a dignitary or two. None of these seem recent though. These all seem like much older. Like you don't recognize a single person per se, but you recognize maybe a name of a legendary figure or a family name that has some power within the city itself. If you would like though, you can give me a perception roll.
Happily. And are you saying a family of Zurzum has had no notable people in it?
Yeah.
Ouch. Oh, that is 2 successes.
One thing does catch your eye, though, as you're going through, especially some of the section where there's all these stacks of urns that have Coriolite names, is you see that there is a pile of ash, and as you shine your flashlight through it, there is a little flicker, a glitter. When you reach down and you kind of pull out whatever is in that pile of ash, you find yourself with this glittering heirloom necklace of some kind. Certainly worth something, perhaps worth something even more to the right person. But it is definitely something that, if Kef is so interested in Ruka, this could be worth something to somebody somewhere.
All right, I'll take
something that catches your attention. Somehow it survived the cremation process or something like that.
So it's a little like a Coriolite necklace. It's got like a star design on it, or
no? It's just the necklace itself doesn't have like a specific family symbol on it. It's just amidst the actual place where all these urns are. There does seem to be some kind of locket to it, but with these big delving hands, it's kind of hard to get it open. You would probably need to be a little bit more careful with it, but it might be something inside that would help you.
Oh, okay. I'll look at it when we're not in the delve. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
The three of you doing anything as you're kind of at this little midway point, this ledge, looking up, looking down, seeing this huge tunnel descending. You might have to do a sheer climb for all you know.
I would say Rador has been curious about this name, and we know the name isn't a real name, but just sort of still, it's just sort of that little thing in the back of her mind, and there's lots of urns with writing on them. So just to see if something, we know we're not going to see that name because it's made up, but maybe there's something that sort of looks interesting or whatnot, kind of among all of that.
Nothing really catches your attention. Like there's just names of Coriolite families, many of which you probably recognize just from reading various various news zines that come out throughout the city. Again, none of them are recent. Everything's very, very old. You would imagine that some of these urns go back to like the early years of Ship City. Like they're more than likely these are not people who have been buried in the last 5 or 10 years. What about Richter or Armande? Anything you guys are doing?
Yeah, I'll head towards the edge, take a look around, up and down, across from us, just see how the well looks.
As you shine your light a bit, you do notice that there, on one side, the edge kind of opens up into this like sloping tunnel, and you like as you're shining down, like a little bit of the ways, it's a little bit down, but you can see that there are these like chiseled steps, and you can see there's basically some broken light strips that likely they're not lit now, obviously, but there's like light strips that seem to probably illuminate some of these steps a little bit further down. You also notice that like these, like with some close attention, there are lots of these different like footsteps and things and broken urns and such. There's actually a carved bit of steps in the side that are almost camouflaged unless you're looking quite right. And as you shine your light a little bit, starting maybe from below and coming up, you do notice them winding down. What basically this means is you'll get a +1 to delving for a little while if you follow these steps. That means she'd get an extra die on her roll.
It's an easy path down here, but not a wall climb on the side.
Very nice. That would be very helpful.
Well, that's good, because I was going to try and look for an anchor point, but I would much rather do that. That's so good.
Okay. So, do you want to send the bird out at all or anything like that? You can send, again, the bird can go up to 4 markers if you want, and you are in a location where you're already taking the time to look. So if you wanted to send the bird out while you guys were poking around, you could certainly do that. You don't have to. I'm just letting you know.
Sure.
Okay.
Oh, I can take the supply off mine. I assume it takes the supply to do that, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll do the supply.
Takes the supply to do almost anything. You guys have been doing great on your hazard rolls, especially Long. If Long would have failed, he would have lost 1d3 supply. That would have been bad. Yeah.
Ooh.
Very bad.
All right, 2 successes.
There we go. Okay, so while you guys are poking around, we see Pyrex start to sweep down a bit. You have some choices with the direction you want to send Pyrex. Do you want Pyrex to go just straight down the shaft towards where that like illuminated, like you see all sorts of these like illuminated, but hard to read signals, but you also see there's like these side routes and things like that. So do you want Pyrex to just to go straight down, or do you want him to come, kind of try to take one of those side paths or anything like that?
I would say, like, especially because we've got these little stairs that are going, so kind of that direction, like where we would be headed.
Okay. So while you guys are, just like straight down. Okay. So as you guys are waiting around, Kef finding the necklace, Richter finding the stairs, Armande like looking, but fortunately not having to rely on like an anchor point, Pyrex flies straight down, and then eventually, after about 15 minutes or so, flies back up. And as you try to deduce the data, there's a few things you learn from Pyrex. You learn, first of all, that there's blight level 1 at the far distance that he was able to travel. So for the first time, like you were able to see on the readings that he passed through that there is in fact blight in your path going straight down the well. The second thing you're able to kind of get with him is that it's in the same place where there appears to be some kind of blockage that prevented him from potentially going even further.
Okay, well, they're not sure exactly what we're going to find when we go down the stairs, but when we end up down that way, it does appear that there is some blight, so we'll need to have Pyrex clear that, and then a blockage. So we'll have 2 things to clear when we get down there.
Okay.
Pile of bodies blocking the way.
No, let's just assume it's rubble. I don't mind digging through rubble. I don't want to, shovel bodies.
Speaking of bodies, welcome raiders from Stronghold D&D. Thanks for that raid.
Thank you so much for that raid. Playing through some Coriolis. We're doing our first delve. We're doing the new Great Dark.
We're learning.
And speaking of delve, I need another delve test from Rador.
I wanted to welcome raiders, and I don't want to
we want to avoid the dice
fail
rolls.
another roll.
You're following Richter's path, so that's a good thing.
Hey,
you get a +1 die. That's correct. Yeah,
that's right.
You will start getting a +1 die for this.
Right.
It won't last forever, but it'll last for a little while.
Roll an agility plus climbing kit plus a base die.
Mm-hmm. Fantastic.
2 successes.
Yeah.
All right. So you
nice.
are able to move. So you guys do get a chance. So as you start to descend these stairs, you do come to that opening that Richter saw. Like there was like an archway in the side that has like these broken light strips. It's no longer illuminated, but you do notice that there is a very narrow path where you could, if you wanted, for your second movement that you got from this, you could go down that path, or you can continue down the large wide well itself. You do know that a little bit further down, remember there was that other room that you saw on the deep scan that you're not sure if, like, if you took that side path, you wouldn't necessarily know if you'd be able to access it, but definitely that side path seems to be another option. So you have to make a decision. So do you move directly downward, or do you try to take this side path instead?
Richter, you found the path. What do you think? Should we follow it, or should we go straight down?
It didn't show up on scans. We could take a little peek.
Yeah, and also I'm pretty sure we haven't seen the crematorium yet, so this room here, that's my suspect. But I don't know from the scan.
Right.
Taking the side path.
Okay, so you want to do the side path?
Oh, okay.
The side path is going in the opposite direction of where Kef was mentioning, like further down. On, like, if you look at the map, if you look, you guys can see it. If you look on your map version, like on the left hand side, I'll show it to the.
Yeah, if we keep going down, we're more likely to find that spot, and then you can make use of the path that Richter found for you.
Yeah, the crematorium, and like, if we go there, what can it get us that would help? Because don't we want to go past it, like going down the well?
We're not sure. That's why we're...
Yeah, we don't know.
All right, well, I pull out my coin. Heads or tails?
Heads.
Okay, I got a legit coin on me, so I'm going to move this away.
But she just said heads. That doesn't necessarily determine what that means.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wait, what is... What?
What is heads?
Heads?
What is heads?
Heads is going
mean-
straight down, and tails is taking the side path.
Yeah, the side path, like a tail.
Okay.
Okay.
That is heads.
Okay, so heads are going straight down. Okay.
Straight down.
All right, so you continue taking that stair that Richter was able to discover. It's very tight, but you're able to move down. A few times there's maybe a treacherous moment where, like, maybe a little bit of a stone or like a little pile of ash just gets kicked over, and you see it just trickle all the way down. Eventually, though, you find yourselves like in the midst of another one of these side passageways. Like, you can see it's less a passageway and it seems more like a vent, as you see coming and billowing out of it is smoke. And so, like, off to your left on the map there, you can see like that's where smoke seems to be billowing out of. Additionally, let me see. So I remember who was it 3. Sorry, I'm doing my hazard roll. I need the burrs. This is gonna be Armande again. Okay, so Armande.
Rador really has been getting off scot-free on these hazard checks.
I mean, don't you want it that way? Yeah.
Okay.
Of course, I want to keep you safe all the time.
As you are kind of moving down and you're on this narrow path, some rocks begin to fall and maybe some urns. Maybe as you were moving and sliding them around, things became a little loose and they just start to fall and rain down. And like you just suddenly get hit by not a cave in per se, but by raining debris. Give me an agility roll to try to dodge out of the way of this. I also haven't rolled a 6 yet. A 6 targets everybody. 1 to 4, it's basically your rolls. A 5 I would re-roll because it's the archaeologist.
Got it.
Since it's kind of jumping or dodging out of the way, do you think I could reasonably do acrobat with that?
Absolutely, for sure. It's perfect.
Okay, cool.
If you roll all 1s, you're just going to fall the rest of the way. You're going to parkour, kick off, do a backflip.
Bye, Jeremy.
Down he goes.
The fast way down.
Perfect.
Oh my God!
Thank goodness for that success! Right?
You're able to dodge a couple clay urns like crack on your head, but you're able to sort of put yourself up against the wall, tighten yourself up, take a big inhale, and you see the rest of them fall. And after a few moments, everything stops raining down, but still the smoke is billowing up. You could very easily that ventilation shaft, so to speak, is big enough that you could very easily crawl into it if you guys wanted to. So it's very much an option for you if you wanted to try to like follow where that smoke is coming from, or if you just wanted to continue to descend down this big well.
I don't think climbing into the furnace is a good idea.
I don't want to go in the smoke.
He doesn't want the smoke. Okay.
I want to dig too deep.
You don't want to find the Balrog.
Melissa knows what I really want to say right now, but I'm not going to because we're on street. Hell with it. Put her butt to sleep. I said it. It's an Ice Cube song. Every time since I was a kid. Oh, I'm sorry. I love that song. Today was a good day. I could do the whole song.
Didn't have to use your
I'm not going to go.
Jeremy knows. Top row knows the song.
Since the 12th grade.
Long, I feel you and I keep getting excluded here.
You're up round 1. Didn't hesitate. Call Ice Cube the Top Gun. Sorry. Keep going. The next part's censored, if you remember. Okay. Let's do one more Delve roll, then we'll call it for tonight.
Okay.
And again, you get a plus 1.
Still a plus 1? Okay.
You still got a plus 1 for now. Yeah. Oh, goodness.
Hey, 2 successes.
Fantastic.
All right, so here we go.
Go ahead and spend 2 more supply since you're moving 2 more spaces downward.
I'll do the supply.
I got one if somebody can get another.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll take the other.
Okay.
As you continue to follow this narrow stair along the wall, you eventually come to what is very clearly the blockage that was showing up on your deep scan, and that Pyrex seemed to communicate in his fly. As you see, this metal mesh net is like stretching over the entirety of the well, blocking kind of the stair down a bit, it seems. And there is like this surface of like soot black grids, and each line of mesh is approximately about a foot wide, and it seems relatively impassable. And you can see that there are pieces of blackened bones that are stuck along the circumference of this net, and here and there in some of those small little holes where the grid is. And you also notice that there is a fresh body wrapped in white linen cloth, likely the last ceremony for tonight before they close down, and it effectively lies in the middle of this net. And you also notice that on one side of the well, you can see that there is a ledge that extends out from that netting into the side of the well wall and seems to go into what looks like a closed door. And your suspicion is probably that is the crematorium, where the wardens of the well take care of the bodies of those who have been cast down. All of you also start to feel a little sickly, as each of you are going to suffer a blight attack. But we'll do that roll on next session. We're going to call it there.
Hey.
And we'll do our first blight attack. We'll start next session with you all turning into weird spider creatures or something.
We've got Pyrex for that.
Nice.
Pyrex can do a thing. But that's really cool that they like throw the bodies down and then like a thing to catch them, and then they go do the like
well thought of.
crematorium.
Well, only the important people. All the non-important people, they just get thrown in an oven out front.
Wow.
Yeah.
So,
Just thinking, you got the whole ceremony of it and then the practical side of it.
yeah.
But
So this
we get to-
this was, by the way, the marker that Pyrex went to that you knew had blight in it. So that's why you guys are here. So
yeah, yep. And Pyrex has got a thing that can help us with the blight stuff. So
Yay.
soak blight.
not this first one. I think it's too late for that. But future ones, yeah. Because I think the blight thing has to go. I think you have to do that beforehand.
It's a reaction.
Oh, it is a reaction. Oh, awesome.
Yeah. He's reading up
Okay,
on
well, we'll figure it
Pyrex's
out.
stuff before. Excited. We're delving.
Awesome. Okay. So that's it. Let's do, what are we going to do? Let's do a couple plugs. Normally we play One Ring on Saturday, but we're not going to be there this weekend. But normally we're there. So come hang out with us on Saturday most of the time. Monday, we are back to Legend in the Mist as we are playing through some of the new Hearts of Ravensdale campaign that Son of Oak is putting out. And you can see me and Jeremy and Melissa in that. Tuesday, what do we got, Kipser?
We've got the Wild Sea, where we have a bunch of wild sailors trying to figure out the Tiger on the Wire campaign, where an almost tiger had attacked them and then disappeared and haunted their ship.
And our boat is turning into a tiger too.
And now it's turning into a tiger. Yes.
It's pretty awesome. So once the boat turns into a tiger, I'm just going to kill it because that's all my character does. Just kills everything. He's a mushroom that just likes killing everything. It's fun.
This is true. I've given you many a thing to kill.
Yeah, you have. You've been very good. I feel like I've got to butcher so many things. Yeah, it's pretty great. Okay, well, that's it for us. Thank you again for the raid, Stronghold D&D. Make sure, for those of you that are watching from our channel, make sure you follow them. Check out what they're doing. And we'll see y'all later. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
See ya.
Bye.